Imagine sitting down to play a competitive multiplayer game, but before you even make a move, your opponents can see exactly what buttons you're pressing. They know what's in your inventory, and they can watch your strategy unfold in real time. This state of total exposure is exactly how traditional Web3 and decentralized finance operate today. The public blockchain, specifically the mempool where pending transactions sit, functions as a transparent game lobby. Because every player's hand is visible to everyone else, the system is vulnerable to two specific exploits. The first occurs when a community holds a democratic vote to decide the future of a protocol. Whales watch public scoreboards, waiting until the final moments to deploy massive capital and crush the outcome. Shifting axes to a transaction timeline exposes the second exploit. When a protocol rebalances yield, automated sniper bots detect the pending transaction, jumping the line ahead of users. Because these bots execute their trades milliseconds before the protocol does, they siphon off the generated yield before a real human player ever has a chance to hit the claim button. A decentralized economy without a way to hide player actions naturally favors the largest capital pools and the fastest algorithms. To make the system fair, the transparent ledger itself requires a heavy-duty patch. Alchemy Guild approaches this problem by treating the blockchain like a compromised game server. To fix it, they install a comprehensive anti-cheat engine designed to introduce fog of war to the public ledger. The core architecture running this engine is a massive piece of hardware called the iExec Knox Intel TDX Enclave. The first active mechanic players encounter is the shielding lab. Users take their standard public cGUILD governance tokens and deposit them here to cloak them into a new wrapped asset called cGUILD. During this process, a player's transparent token balance is reforged into cryptographic noise known as an eCount256 handle. The immediate impact is total blindness for the predators. If a bot runs a search on a public explorer, they can no longer read the player's inventory. Once user wealth is hidden, the protocol applies these same privacy protections to governance through sealed ballot voting. When a player wants to support or reject a proposal, casting their vote burns exactly 10 of their cloaked cGUILD tokens. The public blockchain registers that a transaction took place, but the actual decision, whether they voted for or against, remains locked inside a cryptographic vault. By taking the live tallies off the active scoreboard, voter intimidation and last-minute bandwagoning stop working. Large token holders are forced to vote based on their actual convictions, completely blind to what the rest of the lobby is doing. If all the votes and token balances are completely hidden from the public blockchain, it creates a logistical problem. How does the network accurately calculate the winner? This is where the iExec Knox hardware enclave steps in, acting as an offline black box and an incorruptible referee. This schematic highlights the enclave's physical isolation. Not even the server administrators hosting it, or the creators of the protocol, can peek inside to view the raw data. Once the 3-day voting timer hits 0, the resolution phase begins. All the encrypted vote handles are sent directly into this isolated memory space, where they are finally decrypted and tallied in absolute secrecy. The hardware enclave verifies the math internally. Once confirmed, it publishes only the final tamper-proof result, along with a cryptographic proof of its accuracy, back onto the public blockchain. Alchemy Guild applies this exact same black box logic beyond governance, extending it to the autonomous AI agents that manage the protocol's decentralized finance liquidity. Looking at this Uniswap-style liquidity chart, we can see the defense mechanism in action. When the background bots need to rebalance trading pools, the system encrypts the target thresholds inside the enclave. MEV searchers can't read the parameters, completely preventing them from sandwiching the trades. Hardware enclaves provide a secure bridge between the necessity of a public ledger and the strict requirement for private execution, fixing a core vulnerability in Web3 infrastructure. By integrating these confidential computing layers, Alchemy Guild moves past the standard mechanics of a gamified yield platform to become a fair player-versus-player arena. It answers the transparency paradox, resolving the tension where an open, decentralized ledger inadvertently turns average, retail participants into predictable prey. This visualizes the contrast, moving away from a default state of total exposure where every tactic is telegraphed, and adopting a system grounded in strategic obfuscation and cryptographic privacy. The anti-cheat engine doesn't ban wealthy users or automated scripts from participating in the economy. Instead, it systematically strips away their unfair informational advantage. For the normal player, this technology secures their access to real USDC yield distributions while preserving the mathematical integrity of genuine decentralized governance. Building a sustainable digital economy requires an architecture that forces apex predators and casual participants to play by the exact same rules.